So let's talk about classification of building or division of building. See, the classification of building or division of buildings is based on these four basic parameters. The first one is the climate, that is the weather conditions of that region or climatic conditions of that region. The second one is what the client, that is the user of the building wants or for what purpose he wants the building to be constructed for him or her. Third is what is the material that is being used for the construction, such as timber, cement, concrete, steel, etc., and the methodology of construction of the building. And the fourth one is what are the rules, regulations and bylaws that are laid out by the sanctioning authority of that state, region or country. In India, the National Building Code governs the division of buildings. It basically tells the types of building and for what and how the specific building should be put to use. By the definition of NBC, that is National Building Code, it says that a building is any structure for whatsoever purpose and of whatsoever materials constructed and every part thereof, whether used as human habitation or not, and includes foundation, plinth, walls, floors, roof, chimneys, plumbing and building services, fixed platform, veranda, balcony cornice or projection, part of a building or anything affixed thereto, or any wall enclosing or intended to enclose any land or space, and signs and outdoor display structure. NBC has made use of term occupancy for defining and stating the various divisions of buildings. In total, 7 such divisions or groups are made, and they are labeled as Group A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and J, each group defining a specific type of building. There are subgroups or let's say subdivisions covered under some main groups where a distinguished parameter was meant to be underlined to differentiate each subgroup from other. Now let's talk about each of these groups and their subgroups in detail. The first group here we have is Group A, and it consists of and covers the specifications of residential buildings. So basically when we say that a building is meant to be used for residential purpose, several aspects of that building come to mind, such as major aspect being accommodation and along with it other such as cooking, dining, etc. Group A is then subdivided into 5 subgroups as A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. The subgroup A1 covers lodging and rooming houses, which offer temporary residence to user on cot basis or room basis, and charges are made based on what other extra facilities were provided during the stay, such as dining, laundry, etc. The subgroup A2 covers family private dwelling, which covers a house or bungalow that is meant to be used by a family. This subgroup building necessarily have all the amenities such as cooking, dining, wash area, parking, etc. The subgroup A3 covers dormitories where sleeping accommodation is provided to people, and the whole building is under one single management. School, colleges, universities dormitories are the types of building covered in this subgroup. The subgroup A4 covers the apartment houses, or we call them as flat system, where multi-storied buildings have family dwelling unit with common facilities of elevator, gymnasium, swimming pool, etc. This subgroup is most common in metro cities. The subgroup A5 covers the buildings such as hotels, inns, motel, etc., where stay of the person is covered with many other facilities such as dining, meeting halls for seminar, etc. Occupancy is offered on purely transient basis in this subgroup. The Group B buildings are the educational buildings that consist of schools, colleges, universities, daycare centers, which are primarily used for the purpose of education, instruction, recreation, and these activities are restricted to maximum 8 hours of the day. This building may be put to use in shift or batches. The Group C buildings are the institutional buildings, and these buildings are used for various purposes such as custody, care, detention, isolation of a person. Infants and old age persons are taken into custody for medical care. Convicts are taken into custody for detention or punishment. The Group C is then subdivided into three subgroups, which is C1, C2 and C3. The subgroup C1 covers hospital and sanitaria, where these institutes are run and observed by single management, and people suffering from physical or mental limitations are taken care of, provided medications and are treated by expert, that is doctors. Examples of buildings covered under subgroup C1 are hospital, infirmary, sanitaria and clinics. The subgroup C2 consists of buildings such as old age homes, orphanages where old people and children are taken care of and full custody of them is taken by the management of this building. The subgroup C3 covers the buildings such as jails, reformatories, prison, mental asylum, etc., where a person is detained and his or her liberty is restricted. Corrective treatment, punishment or isolation are the activities that are conducted on the inmates in this building. Group D buildings cover the assembly buildings where people from all spaces gather together for prayer, celebration, amusement, patriotic events, sport event, travel or any function. This group is then subdivided into 5 subgroups at D1, D2, D3, D4 and D5. The subgroup D1 consists of buildings meant for theatrical or operatic performance where all the amenities such as seating arrangement, sound system, raised stage, curtains and acoustics are permanently maintained and fixed. This subgroup can accommodate more than 1000 people at once. The subgroup D2 consists of buildings same as those in subgroup D1. The only difference being in subgroup D1 and D2 is capacity. While D1 can hold people more than 1000, the D2 subgroup is meant to be occupied by less than 1000 people. In subgroup D3, buildings such as libraries, lecture halls and museums are covered where seating arrangement, sound system, moving curtain, rising stage and other amenities required for performance art is not there. The use of such building is up to 8 hours per week and may run in shifts or batches. This subgroup can accommodate more than 300 people at once. The subgroup D4 is same as subgroup D3 but the capacity being less than 300 people. The subgroup D5 covers all the buildings that cannot be covered under subgroups D1, D2, D3 or D4. Grandstands, stadiums, amusement parks, circus tents are covered under subgroup D5. In Group E, business buildings are covered, where account keeping and records of transactions done for a business are maintained physically or digitally by the staff. Libraries, city halls, dentist clinics, newsstands, courthouses are the various examples of buildings covered in this group. Group F buildings are called as mercantile building that covers shop, malls, stalls, stores, markets and stands that display and sell goods either in retail or as wholesale. Storage and record keeping may be incidental in some of the building as stated in previous group, that is Group E building. Industrial buildings are covered under Group G building where processing, manufacturing, fabrication, production, packaging of the goods take place. Industrial buildings consist of power plants, dairies, glass plants, smoke houses, refineries and pumping stations. In Group H building, storage buildings are covered where goods are stored, sheltered and incidentally repaired or serviced. Temperature maintenance or air conditioning of the good is also done in this type of building. Barns, silos, warehouses, hangars, terminals, garages, grain elevators, stables are the examples of building used as storage building. Hazardous buildings are covered under Group J building, where goods associated with properties such as being poisonous, irritative, explosive or corrosive in nature are processed, manufactured and stored. Since there are dangers of exposure to users, operators, highest degree of safety needs to be maintained in this type of building. The buildings in this group are firework factories, chemical factories, pharmaceutical factories where goods enlisted with aforesaid properties are processed or kept or maintained. So that was all from my side. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.